Hello. We are on take 2 of an Englishman in San Diego with no Englishman. He is hoping to join us. He's been having a little bit of technical difficulties. He's at MCM London. We hope to dovetail, knit in an interview with MCM, the people at MCM about the merger that they are going
with ReedPOP.
with ReedPOP.
Nice.
Yes, nice. I am joined by Aaron. How may you pronounce your last name?
It's Nabus. It sort of rhymes with caboose.
Okay, Nabus. Because I always want to say Nebulous, and that's
yeah.
what can I say? We're hallh.com. He does a lot of, as most people probably who are watching this already know, he does a lot of interviews with Artist Alley folks, really just archiving and bringing into light some lesser known talents. So we've brought him in because today he's joining us from Stan Lee Comic-Con.
Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic-Con.
So it really is all of those words. We don't.
It is.
that's simple, you know, like right. SDCC or NYCC.
Well, you can put LACC. That's fine.
So can we just call it LACC? And we now have Leonard.
Hey!
Yes, this has been fun and game. We do apologise for any technical issues. I'm certain Alyssa has been explaining what on earth has been going on in terms of what we're doing here. I did disappear for the first 15 minutes, or weren't available, because I've been speaking to the organisers of MCM, which I am going to be posting as a separate video up on YouTube. So we'll come back to that. So yeah, how's what have I missed in terms of the conversation?
You know, what we were doing is starting, figuring that we were going to just discount that first 10 minutes that we did, and that we were going to start afresh. So you're welcome to take us through the highlights. I was just introducing Aaron and where he was and why he was on the show today. You're welcome to take us through the highlights of your interview with MCM, or we can go straight on to Returning Reg.
No, we can quickly cover the basics of that because this has been an important show. This is MCM London Comic Con taking place at the XL Centre in the Docklands of the capital. The reason why it's been very important is purely because of the machinations that's happening behind the scenes. At the end of the day, this is now ReedPOP event, and it starts right now. This is an event, this is a deal that only got arranged 8 days ago. It's been something that's been years in the planning. Lance Fensterman has been making overtures to MCM for quite some time, but now it's all been finalized, and as announced last Monday, it is now MCM has been bought out by ReedPOP. It's not a collaboration. It's not some kind of influx of cash. It's basically a buyout. It's a massive thing, because it also doesn't just involve London Comic Con. It's all the UK events here, which are organised by ReedPOP, of which there are about 5 or 6, which does mean that we're going to be seeing a lot of the ReedPOP influence when it comes to New York Comic Con, Emerald City, and what they do well with their shows here at London. Certainly, the conversation that I've just had, it's still in early days. This is effectively week 1 of the deal, and there's been plenty of bodies on the floor talking about what things can change in terms of layout, in terms of content, in terms of guests that come to the show, and about what they can actually do with the venues. So while it's not going to be an immediate change in terms of the next MCM show, which takes place in Birmingham in 3 weeks' time, certainly for 2018, we may be seeing a slightly different flavor to MCM, more polished, more American, as it were. It's very exciting in terms of the convention landscape here in the UK, because all of a sudden the bar just gets raised up. And when that happens, especially with something like MCM, which is at the end of the day the brand leader here in the UK, then everybody else has to raise their game, and that makes things very exciting here in the UK convention landscape. That is going to be something I'm going to be writing up on the site tomorrow, and I'll also be posting the interview which I've just had with Josh, who's the London event manager here for MCM. So I'll be posting that tomorrow. So fingers crossed.
Plus, I mean, has the as I reach for the headphones again, ReedPOP has got the ability to let the local people control their own show, as they've demonstrated by ECCC, C2E2, and I'm assuming that they're still going to keep a lot of the MCM people on, so that it still maintains the I am an English convention and not just try and impose the American model on them. Is that correct?
No, I think I get where you're going with the question. At the end of the day, there's a lot of the ReedPOP people coming over. It's, while you do say that it could be just a takeover in name only, and basically the changes are kind of orchestrated back in the US. That's not the case. Mary Franklin, who's the person that we are most familiar with organizing Star Wars Celebration across the universe, as it were, she's moving here. She's actually coming to the UK and basically setting up shop. That gives a level of dedication and investment that is being placed by ReedPOP. This isn't just something that they're going to be doing by fax machine.
I'm available to move. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that they're working, you know, that they are making that sort of commitment and dedication to it. Sure. That's great. Anything else?
I'm excited. If anything, the one thing that ReedPOP have really shown very much on their shows in the US, especially Emerald City, especially New York Comic Con, is their dedication to their artist alley. I mean, New York Comic Con is, I think it's safe to say, if not the biggest, then the biggest artist alley when it comes to North American convention. That's something that is sorely needed here in the UK. While there are strict comic conventions, the pop culture convention landscape here in the UK is very much dominated by the pop culture, and the comics and it is almost like a forgotten stepchild, as it were. That, I suspect, is going to be changing drastically. But at the end of the day, that's down to the agreements with MCM. It's down to the agreements with the creators as well, because they are not going to just kind of take a change and just kind of take it blindly. They're going to look at all the differences with what ReedPOP are wanting to introduce. We'll see next year exactly how the Comic Village, if it remains in its same position, is going to change here at
I can't imagine it will change, that it's not going to change, just because they do bring in so many good artists, and you do have so many good talent, much good talent in England to pull from. You're gonna. I hope you see the depth that we're getting. We get.
I think the international talent they can bring over.
I'm sorry.
The international talent they can bring over. Mm-hmm. The international talent that ReedPOP have in their Rolodex, their contact book, they can bring in all the American talent over as well. So you've got that mixture of the independent small press here in the UK creators, plus all the stuff that you expect and love from US cons. I think it's going to be quite a mashup, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Michael Leventhal is asking, are they anticipating any layoffs of the MCM staff?
As far as I'm aware, that's not the case. They are very much working in tandem at this point. From what I can gather, the only people who have been let go are the incredibly top tier, as in the people who own or formerly owned MCM Expo, and I don't think they're going to be crying too much, as I can imagine at this point they're currently off buying a yacht or a small island or whatever else they can afford with the amount of money that's just been dumped in their lap. I can imagine it's quite a sizable chunk of change. But as for the actual core team, I can imagine. Well, I don't think that's changed much. And at this point, it's the upper tier of ReedPOP who are coming in to galvanize what they have seen already.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. Well, I mean, it makes complete sense that in the higher management would want to take some time off. I mean, I certainly would if I just sold my company for a decent profit. I'd want to go take a vacation, you know, for a long period of time before I join back into the community. That's interesting. s05e13 P has joined us also, and we've also got Michael P, and we've got a fair amount of viewers who have joined us. Yes, yes. So, returning reg. Anything else on MCM, or how in general has the con been? Is it pretty much normal?
Well, you could say normal. The thing about MCM is because it's held in the XL in the Docklands, it takes quite an effort to actually get here. You can only really get here by DLR, the Overland Railway. You do have to make a sizable effort to get here, which means they stick here to the very end. You are talking tens of thousands of people that have been outside, certainly for the last hour. I have no idea what they're going to be like at the moment, but we've got, I mean, if I can just actually pick up the camera, we may just be able to see. They are breaking down the show floor at the moment. So it's all boxing up at this point, and carpet's been ripped up, and yes, it's all very kind of it's all in breakdown mode at this point. But outside, as I have in previous years seen, it's lots of cosplayers milling around, keeping the party going. And not only that, but it's been a quite mild day today as well. It's not been raining, so I can imagine they're still out on the grass outside, watching the sun go down.
s05e13 P says, hopefully with the merge, more European artists will be coming to NYCC and other ReedPOP conventions.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I don't know what the influx back to North American cons will be, but we'll soon we'll find out in 2018.
Leanne says, do we know how much they sold MCM for?
I did try asking that question first thing this morning, and I got a pointed look in my face, and just went, moving on. So, safe to say I won't be ever finding that number out. But at the end of the day, they've bought the largest convention chain here in the UK. So it's not going to be. It's going to be a reasonable wodge of cash.
Right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So how did Returning Reg go for you? I know that you're waiting on press.
Yes, I am. Well, I wasn't able to actually take part in Returning Reg this year for two reasons. Number one, like I say, I'm applying for press this year. This is a slight change. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but at the end of the day, I was press last year. But also, I wasn't taking part because I was also working. However, I was paying attention because Caroline, my other half, was taking part in Returning Reg. And from paying attention to what she was talking on her group chat, you kind of got a sense of how the sale was going. I was also paying attention to social media as well while I was setting up and working, while I was working as a DJ, and paying attention to how the actual sale was going. There were, I understand, a couple of incidences which I know the unofficial blog picked up on in terms of people being booted out of browsers, but these incidences were few and far between, and by the sounds of things, everything went pretty smoothly. What was the timetable of the badge sale?
The timetable, interestingly enough, I thought it was interesting that they put the UNICEF auctions up 20 minutes before the badge sale took place. They started putting those up. They are just to let people know, I think they are around the auctions that they put up yesterday are at around between $3,000 to $5,000 for those sets of tickets. This is the second round of tickets. The first set went between 6 and 7.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, it was 6-2, 6-2, 6-3, 7-2, and 6-2.
Yeah.
I think a grand total of something like it was $26,000 to UNICEF.
Yeah.
I just went, that's amazing.
That's great.
We could come to as a collective of nerds to come together to raise that amount of money for such an amazing cause. That's incredible.
The current auctions have still got a day, I believe a day and a half or 2 days left to go on them. So, and they're currently at about 3,000. After that, it seemed as though that while they closed the waiting room down and they opened up the actual lottery aspect of the badge sale, it took a really long time. Like it has in the past years, they were really slow about letting people in. I was monitoring our master sheet, which has about 10 buying groups in it, and all of the information is funneled into that. So I was seeing about 400 between 400 and 500 badge buys, and I couldn't identify who was buying what or anything, but it seemed as though the first people were being let in at 12:08, and then it was very slow until about 12:15 is when it picked up speed, and it seemed like they opened the floodgates. And about 8 minutes later, preview night sold out.
Whoa.
I don't think that they had a lot. I think that they reduced the amount of preview night passes they sold this year.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the criticism has been that some preview night has been particularly busy. It's been overly crammed. Maybe they're just wanting to maybe they're dialing it back a bit and allowing a little bit more room to breathe on the show floor. Who knows?
Yep.
This is all presumption on our part. So.
Yes, we don't know we don't know. You know, we're just gleaning information from when things sold out, unless their pipeline has gotten dramatically bigger. But I don't think it has, because the sale didn't sell out until 1:15, which is a full hour and 13 minutes later. So Saturday sold it going by the timeline. Preview night sold out at 11:23. Saturday sold out at 9:49. Friday sold out at 9:52, and Thursday was the last day to sell out at 10:06. So approximately 1 hour after it opened, Thursday was sold out. And then Sunday at 10:15, 10:13, at which point they announced that they had sold out all of their preview night, all of their returning reg badges.
Okay, fair enough.
So
yeah, I mean, from what I can gather, it really did seem like something that just, it's something that we've seen for the last couple of years. It's something they've got working sweet as a nut at the moment, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Dude, let me ask Aaron this. So you had a buying group of how big?
We had 3 buying groups. Interestingly enough, both Alex and I haven't been able to get in to purchase in the last 3 or 4 years. And we were the only ones that got in. So go figure. It's weird how it worked out that way, but Alex and myself both got in. We're both waiting for press approval as well, but at about 30 minutes in, we both got in, and we were like, "Whoa, no way!" Because we weren't really expecting to get in by half an hour in. Because last year, the person that usually gets in, he got in within about 5 minutes, and he was able to secure passes for everybody. So it's weird how that works, but maybe, like I said last time, I think we talked about this last year. I had switched from Firefox to Chrome, so I don't know. Who knows?
So how many people total were?
Eight people.
Okay, so 8 people. And of those 8 people, how many got badges?
All of us got badges, but we did recruit. We did have help from one person outside, Alex's sister's friend, who was able to secure a couple of badges for some of us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. So 9 people, but so one person who wasn't returning got badges.
Right.
In general, Leonard, how did the Englishman's group go?
Okay, just to clarify, it's not the Englishman's group.
Okay. sorry.
It was nothing to do with me. This is the UK attendees group on Facebook. I'd have to look and see what the numbers are like, but from what I can gather, well, at the end of the day, everybody who was taking part got 4-day. As far as I'm aware, the majority also got preview night. We were particularly successful, but that's at the end of the day what the badge teams are all about. It's about coming together and helping each other out.
Just to clarify, we got 4 days, no preview night.
Right. Yeah.
Well, in looking at those 400 people, 400 to 500 people that I was looking at, I can't tell what they got. We don't have that capabilities to say, oh, this person got Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. They were too late for Saturday. But it seems as though that most everybody got at least a badge.
Right.
So it's remarkably successful, I think, in how many badges CCI is selling and this must go to how many badges CCI is selling to pre-reg, which is great. So just wanted to put that out there and make that point, that it seems like I'm not seeing a lot of people who were not successful. I mean, yes, 1 or 2 people who don't have the larger buying groups seem to be unhappy. What was did you guys look at social media at all? What was your experience?
Like I say, no, go on, Aaron.
Basically, I was sort of combing social media just to see what the yellow bar messages were, so I can kind of gauge where we were in the process. But that's basically what I was monitoring social media for.
Leonard?
In terms of what I got to see, like I say, there was only a handful of people that were experiencing problems, and it was when it came to the actual waiting room and being kicked out of the actual process. Once the process was open, there was no real issues. As far as I'm aware, there was no problems with any kind of any browsers, any of the actual badge sale process seemed pretty rock solid. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, nothing.
Yeah, the only issues that I heard about were people who thought they should be eligible for pre-reg were not eligible. They were check marked off, and we don't know what brought that on, but there seemed to be a little bit of problems leading up to it marking people correctly. I do want to go back to one thing Michael P points out with regards to how much MCM ReedPOP paid for MCM. Industry insiders with knowledge of the competitive market suggest the number could be upward in the neighborhood of 17.5 million pounds.
Okay. Fair enough.
I would take a vacation.
You can buy a half decent dinghy with that.
Yeah. I'd be cruising around. Totally.
You get a pimped out Mini Cooper, right?
Oh. Oh, you know, I got this house on the Mediterranean that I would love to buy.
Well, in that case, you need to start organizing your own conventions. And
Yes, absolutely. Let's see, just going through the Q&A. Andrew English says hello, also from MCM.
Hello, Andrew.
Michael P says, I think the system was better with people buying the days they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
As opposed to just clicking all 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's always been the case, that people that kind of just go for 4-day in preview. That's, you know, bang, bang. Oh, that's what we need to have.
Right.
We need to have 4-day in preview. Do you? Really? Yeah. I'm starting to get jaded about preview night. If anything, because I think it serves a purpose. From the actual convention side of it, it is what it's supposed to be, which is a cold open for the show. It's a way for the show to kind of iron out the kinks before the first proper day on the 3rd. That was the idea of it. Yeah. For the people that are attending, if you are going for the first time, it allows you to get the lay of the land. If you are wanting exclusives, that's your chance to get in. Even though the bigger exclusives now, you have to jump through various hoops to even achieve that. So
Leanne brings up.
Yeah, it serves a purpose, but I don't think it's essential.
Leanne brings up an interesting point. Maybe all the passes that they gave out for the Hall H, the Saturday Hall H issue, that with the fake wristbands also had preview night. So if I recall correctly, we're talking about 300 or 400.
No, that would be about right. It was a shoot with.
Mm-hmm. Andrew, Leanne asked Andrew if he enjoyed MCM. Andrew English only did 2, but yes. I hope I haven't lost yesterday's pictures.
Well, yeah, I don't think I saw him here today, so.
CCI was quick to change the card. Apparently, Sarita P had an issue with her credit card, and they were quick to change it. I have to say, going to that point, I got both my notification that I bought badges and the receipt for the charge on that probably within 12 hours. Gone are the days where you had to wait 2 or 3 days for it, which is a plus.
I was pleasantly surprised that I got both of those notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quickly. Absolutely. I think that's a great point, Sarita. Michael wants a preview night badge, so he'll take yours, Leonard.
Hey, listen, I've got to get a badge, period. So, calm down.
Yeah. My boyfriend, Super Cat Chick says, my boyfriend and I were in the hotel room on our cell phones without a buying group. And about an hour in, scored Thursday and Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can do it on your phones. Nice.
Fair enough.
You need to join a badge buying group, Super Cat Chick.
Yeah. Actually, you are going to be going into Open Online to get those.
Oh yeah. As will Michael Leventhal for preview night, because he's the exclusives guy. As Leanne says, that they like to do all their shopping on preview night, and that seems to be one of the reasons why people do like the preview night, because they can get all of the other things. They're talking.
Well, for us, since we sort of enjoy, getting to know the artist in Artist Alley, it gives us a chance to sort of talk to them, one-on-one without them being too busy talking to their fans. So that's one reason why we love going to preview night.
You see, absolutely. I don't think it's like this. I'm not that smart.
No, I certainly have gone through the Artist Alley and the books, and just taken my first walk through there on the the very beginnings of cons, because that's when people are they're most relaxed. It comes Sunday, people are all just kind of tensed up and angry, you know. Well, maybe not angry, but I'm
frustrated.
Yes. Go with frustrated. I'm trying to call up. So we're talking about Open Reg happening before the end of the year. Yes, and we have a poll up on the forum, which is giving. We put the dates of every Saturday between now and the end of the year.
All of them.
All
really?
of the Saturdays. I even put up the American Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Really? Yep. Yes, we did.
Wow.
We did. I will say December 30th got 1 vote, but the Christmas and but Thanksgiving and the weekend before Thanksgiving got a few votes too. But the biggest days that people think it's going to be is December 2nd or December 9th. So we're thinking kind of the first part of December. It seemed as though
I don't see a problem with that.
Well, the reason why I'm hesitating is because it seemed as though CCI was a little. We hope to have it done by the end of the year. You know, they were couching them. They were giving themselves that out. So we'll see. Maybe that was because they wanted to see how this badge sale went, but it went so smoothly and everything seems to have been addressed.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Excellent stuff. I mean, like I say, I personally think it went relatively smooth. So nothing really major to report. I do have the unofficial blog live show to kind of check in on, so I'll be checking up on that. But certainly from what I saw on social media and from what I've been hearing reported, nothing really out of the ordinary.
So, Aaron, well, turn to Aaron and Stan Lee LA Comic-Con.
There you go.
Remember all of that. How in general has it been? Is it well attended? Is it as attended as it was last year?
You know, well, obviously we had return registration yesterday, so that kind of put a damper on our plans a little bit because we didn't get here till almost noon our time, just because, you know, logistically and, you know, but I spent the better part of yesterday attending a couple of panels and doing a couple of interviews. I think Stanley's LA Comic-Con is about a 60,000 or so person con. It doesn't really feel like that to me right now. Yeah, it's pretty quiet, so I'm not sure. Alex, actually, my partner in crime, had a chance to walk the exhibit floor. You want to maybe talk about a little bit about your experience on the exhibit floor in terms of con?
Actually, if we could hold up on that, how far away are you from Tony Kim's booth?
It would probably take about 5 minutes, I guess.
Do you have that kind of time, Leonard?
Yeah, sure. Just,
okay. Good. Tony.
I'm getting anxious people wanting to kick me out.
Well, I would love to have you do the interview of Tony if he's still at the booth. So if that's possible, Aaron.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely cruise by.
Okay. Well, I mean,
something we could do. Perhaps we can walk and talk.
Yeah,
you want to pass the headphone to your partner in crime, and then he can talk about the exhibition floor.
Actually, he's going to help guide me to Tony. He's better at directions.
I try to help. I try to contribute.
And yes, you're right way up now. Yay! We were having a problem earlier, Leonard, where Aaron was on his side, so he was laying down.
You know what? If he's going to do that, then he's very much the energetic type. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes.
I was doing push-ups earlier to get my blood flowing for the show.
So
That's
how
showing off now?
Yeah, well, so we can ask Leonard how his Comic-Con fit is going.
Wait.
Not too well. Not too well. I'm not gonna lie.
What did you eat yesterday, Leonard?
I ate crap. Because I work as a DJ, I am often resorting to eating wedding fare buffet fares. So I was on and prawn sandwiches. Oh, it's awful. Oh, I feel terrible. I really do.
We actually are a little bit, I am a little bit jealous because I don't think I've had a chicken drumstick in a long time. Oh, we're getting some wonderful pictures of the floor. I mean,
I'm just going to say, we were talking about it being relatively quiet. That seems still quite a reasonable footfall.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people there. But this is Sunday afternoon. A lot of people are buying stuff at this point, I would assume.
Yeah, it's a good site.
Yeah. Plus, it seems as though that there's a fair amount of room to move around in.
Yeah.
No carpeting on the floor, though. What can I say? Those are the important things. But now, part of the problem with doing the Comic-Con SDCC Fit thing is that you tend to limit the types of foods that you'll allow yourself to eat. So having those chicken drumsticks is a real treat.
You got a ring in here.
Yes. Oh, that's cool. Neat. Lots of loud music.
I know.
This is the LA Convention Center.
It is.
Okay, this is where they had WonderCon a few years ago.
Correct.
Okay. Just if people happen to go to WonderCon when it was in LA, when they were doing the renovations of the Anaheim Convention Center, it is that same facility. It's taking you a while to get there. The floor is big. That's great.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
And you've got your Pops and your Jokers. I'm just looking at all the cosplay behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. You've got somebody who's watching you. And of course, the cute girls.
Here's Tony.
Oh, nice.
He's
in the booth? Okay. Oh.
He's in deep salesman mode.
Oh. Absolutely. And so that's one of her designs. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I love that black one. That's wonderful.
I've been kind of not being able to pick up on this and work out what the actual deal is and what the actual arrangement is. Is it just a kind of sharing of a booth, or
I think it's just
a creative thing as well?
Hey, good to see you guys. See you too.
Let's ask the man himself.
Let's ask them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, am I on?
You are. What's going on here? Hello, Mom? Mom, is that you? Oh.
Hi, Tony.
Now then,
hey.
You sexy
What's
man.
happening?
How are you?
Wait, you're kind of breaking up there. Hey, Alyssa.
Now then, you sexy man. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad at all.
Welcome to LA Comic-Con.
Absolutely. You're looking good, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent.
I would say the same, but I can't see your face. But I'm assuming you look good.
Trust me, you're doing better off on this, so well done. So no, you're looking good, and the booth is looking incredible as well. Nicely busy.
Thank you.
People checking out all the.
Well, you scared them all off. The cameras are scaring people off now. So.
Oh man, sorry about that. Well, we'll make it real quick, and then you can get straight back to selling again. This fantastic and exciting collaboration you are currently undertaking with Ella Hoffer Design. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so Katie's a good friend of mine. She's awesome. When we first started this journey, we were about maybe half a year, maybe 9 months behind her when she launched that on her own. So I reached out to her to kind of get some advice as far as developing her own product, launching the collection, all that. So she was a great help to us. And so I knew that when we were to someday land our ladies license, and so for those you don't know, we initially launched with the DC men's license, and so we had to kind of earn our way to achieve the ladies license, which we got actually at San Diego Comic-Con. We got the approval email at the show, which was really cool. So so I quickly reached out to Katie and asked if she would collaborate with us on a collection, not only because of her skill, also just her sensibility and fashion we really needed, and so she was really eager to do that. So it was really awesome to work with her, and so we have a couple of pieces here live. We have our Wonder Woman business dress here, which is it's awesome. We've had a really great response from this piece, and then we have our Batman dress next to it. And we've had, besides the fact that we had a lot of ladies say, "Hey, I could wear that to work or wear it out to an event." For guys, you might not know this, but women don't get pockets. They don't get pockets in their dresses, and so we just, as Alyssa confirms in her laughter, but we designed pockets all in these dresses, fully functional pockets. You would think that we've created like the cure for world hunger just by adding pockets, but ladies love pockets. But we've got a couple of sweaters that we're developing, 3 dresses altogether, 2 sweaters, and we're launching pre-orders. We're taking pre-orders at the show, but we're launching the online pre-orders a little later this week.
I will say, Tony, that all of the girls on the chat love your dresses. I mean,
right on.
Yeah, everybody is like, I need, oh, that black one, oh, that Wonder Woman one. So you've really, El Hoffa has really hit the mark with getting these on. These are amazing designs. Thank you.
Let me grab this sweater over here. We've got our, thank you so much, and thank you for everyone on the chat. This is our Flash crop sweater. Is it? You probably can't. It's hard to see a little bit, but it's got a 2-tone Flash logo in the sleeve, and the final will have the logo will be a little bit smaller on the final. But yeah, we're really excited about the crop sweater. We also have an Aquaman sweater coming out, and so we've probably the number one request we were getting this past year was ladies asking for ladies wear, and so so we're super stoked to accommodate. So
I know
Flash,
I tried.
Get in here, man. Go check us out. Hey, get this guy in here. So.
I know I tried on a bunch of your stuff, and it just didn't work with somebody who has hips. So thank you. Thank you very much for this collaboration. That's
well, it's just the beginning, and so we're fully preparing to create blazers and the Wonder Woman denim jacket and ladies and tops and all that. So it's just the beginning.
How I called it earlier was clothing for grown-ups. You know, the grown-up geek, and I really appreciate it being addressed.
Yeah, well, it's time, and it's so awesome to be a geek right now because so many places like the Hot Topics and Think Geeks and all that, offer such great clothing for fans, and we're humbled and honored to kind of be a part of that world. So thank you guys for your support and helping us to tell our story.
But it seems as though that their clothing is more T-shirt, versus yours, which is more blazers and sweaters.
Yeah,
so it's nice.
They definitely appeal to more of the juniors, which is great. But all of us, we'd love to have something that's a little bit more sophisticated and stylish. And so so it's been great.
Is this going to be the last convention for the year for you, or have you got anything else lined up before? The
last major convention. I think we might make an appearance here or there in November at some one-day shows. But our last major one for the year. So really, after this show, we'll turn all of our attention on to kind of Black Friday and kind of the holiday sales, and that's what the ladies' collections really aim to be available is during the beginning of December. And so
yeah, that's what I was.
yeah.
That's what I was going to kind of lead on to. I mean, when the kind of the availability is for the holiday stocking fillers, as it were.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
That sweater isn't a stocking filler. Just gonna say.
I'm sorry. Say again. What?
That flash sweater was not a stocking stuffer, by the way.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But it's been great. It's been so awesome to be at these shows. We really rely on them, not just for sales, but really for real-time fan feedback. It's really important to us, whether it's online or at the shows, for fans to tell us what they like, what they don't like. Because as we all know, fans, we have opinions about things. And so to kind of get that real, honest opinion, the detailing, like the subtlety, all the little aspects that make up a collection, it's been invaluable for us. Like we thrive off that. And so just for anyone who's listening, who have come by the booth and checked us out online, thank you for your feedback and not only your support, but just letting us know what's important to you, because that's really going to help us become the a company that's going to last.
Sounds
Excellent.
good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, that what you've done with the company and the way that you've organically developed it, it's just been inspiring. It's been inspiring to watch. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm so grateful for Crazy for Comic-Con and how that's allowed me to have relationships with not only you guys, but also so many other websites and fans. And I think it really is the only way that we could launch this company is through the community of Comic-Con, because it really has been a collective effort. And I'm so grateful for everyone who's shown support and helped us get the word out. And the fact that we've been able to hit these major milestones at conventions is, it will forever be a part of our story.
Fantastic. Just to wrap things up then, certainly for the ladies' designs, the designs you've done with L. Hoffer Design, do you have any prices in mind at the moment for those items?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So for pre-order, both of these dresses will be $169 online. It will be $185 when they're offered online. The sweaters will be around $70 pre-order, and then online it'll be about $80. And so it's kind of in that price range. If you're familiar with Katie L. Hoffer, that's kind of the expectation of her apparel. So.
I've got somebody in a high-vis vest who wants to kick me out of the room.
Oh no! Hi, Mike.
You are looking incredibly tired there. Sorry, yes, I've got a friend of yours here, Tony. This is we've got Mike Armstrong from ReedPOP joining us.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Great. I really enjoyed the show a couple weeks ago. It was awesome.
Thank you for coming. Sorry I didn't bump into you.
Oh man, I would imagine you had your hands full. So, but we had a great time, and we're grateful to be there.
Are you in LA right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you in LA right now?
Yeah, in LA. That's right.
Yes, this is definitely a transatlantic group conversation. Right? Thank you very much indeed for your time. We'll let you get back to concentrating on the booth. We'll have a quick chat with Mike, very, very quick, because he's got stuff to do. I think I've got to get turfed out of here. But thank you very much indeed for joining us, Tony.
All right. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Alyssa.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Tony.
Bye.
So, yeah. But we'll make it very quick, because you can see the man is in a high-vis vest. We are breaking down here in the XL.
Oh my God, the FedEx vest. He's got the FedEx shirt on. That's so cool. Is that FedEx or ReedPOP?
It's been great. It's crazy how awesome and always fun to work with, and they've done a lot of great stuff already, and we're just excited to help them continue to grow their shows.
This has been your first time actually seeing the MCM in sort of like in this mode.
Yeah.
What's it been like in terms of the numbers? Because we were talking earlier about the fact that people do stick around because it's a venue that people come to.
Yeah.
Again, did you manage to get outside and have a look at that crowd?
I saw the lawn outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the sense of community here. That's what people come here for. They come to hang out with their friends. Like, it's a yearly thing for them. So it's just cool. I mean, it's been really cool to hang out with the MCM team, because it's rare that you get to meet somebody who does what you do, especially in this industry. So it's just funny to see how they handle different situations, and you know, the working here versus what we've got in the States. So yeah, it's been great. I'm having so much fun.
It's cool. Like I say, I'm going to be posting more about the arrangement or the deal that's been done between ReedPOP and MCM up on an Englishman in San Diego tomorrow. I'm also going to be posting that interview which I did with, his name keeps escaping me, Josh, who's the London events manager here at MCM. I'll be posting that online tomorrow as well. I think we're going to get turfed out of the press office now, and I know you've got some work to do. So I'm going to unfortunately have to disappear, and I'm going to leave the rest of the hangout to Alyssa and Aaron to talk about LA Comic-Con. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the show, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.
It's nice to see you, Mike.
Nice to see you too. It's nice to be next to this blue.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Take him out for a beer. Both of you.
Well,
you guys need beers.
There's priorities. Beer is one. Food, for the love of God, food is definitely another. Starving. Okay.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care, and I'll see you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, that